in a fight that's going to let us know if he is ready. We got Claudio Puelles, 11-2, taking on the Carpenter Guida, and can't wait for this one because obviously the Carpenter, always a fan favorite, a personal favorite of mine, and I'm curious to see how he will do against Puelles in this one, who has won four straight. He's been looking pretty dominant too. I mean, he ran through Felipe Silva. That was an easy work armbar. Took out Marcos Mariano. Smoked Jordan Levitt, which is a pretty nice win. I mean, the Monkey King continues to pick up W's. And then most recently, he just walked through Chris Gritzmacher, and it was a late knee bar, but it was a fight where Claudio Puelles was just really able to showcase his well-rounded skill set and showcase the development that El Nino has had. I mean, he had that rough start against Martin Bravo, but since then it's been nothing but stonks for El Nino. So I'm curious to see how he does against the Carpenter, who, even though he's 40 years old, he's still picking up wins. I mean, most recently he took out Leonardo Santos. He was a millisecond away from getting finished in that fight, but the ref allowed it to continue, and as a result, Santos, who also is 40 plus, simply gassed out and ultimately succumbed to a submission in the end, which was fascinating because we know of the pedigree of the BJJ pedigree of Santos. So for the Carpenter to be able to sort of somehow survive that one and then ultimately submit the BJJ ace, to me, was both exciting and fascinating because this is a guy who, he's kind of been alternating wins and losses. That fight against Marco Madsen was a split decision, but probably a controversial one. I mean, it seemed obvious that that was a 2-1 win for Madsen, but the Carpenter, have his moments in that third round. So it was good to see him. He's a guy that is impossible to put out, and if you gas out, then the Carpenter's going to be putting it on you late in this contest. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that this is too much for Claudio Puelles, or is Clay Guida simply done, and El Nino is the future who gets it done?
Yeah, I think El Nino is the future, to be honest. Clay looked great his last few fights, but I just can't really root for him at being so old. And this guy's 26. He's up and coming. He's been looking great. His last four fights, absolute banger. And he should be able to get it done. But this is a big levels test, as Clay's been showing. His age isn't really affecting him that much on the middle to high level standard. Top five, probably even top 10, Clay would get absolutely smashed. He has looked great versus Madsen, but still got smashed until Madsen kind of gassed out. So that was more of a cardio thing, not much of a Clay Guida technique, look great power thing. And I think El Nino is going to have definitely a war ahead of him. And this is welcome to the big leagues, buddy. Wouldn't surprise me if an upset happens, but I can't go with Clay until, honestly, I just can't ever pick for Clay, even though he's probably going to win this.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like a lot of people are going to be picking against Clay Guida in this one because Poyes has been looking good, and from Tapology, 63% is rolling with Claudio in this one. The majority of it is beige. They think that that decision is most likely. A lot of copper for that sub, though. Do you think there's any chance that Claudio pulls off a finish against the Carpenter? That'd be crazy to me.
Yeah, that would be crazy if he pulls up. But this should be a grindy, very brutal distance win. He needs to play this smart, not get into a warfare. He needs to get the points, get what he needs to get done. If he gets the finish or sees the sub, go for it. But good luck on that. Clay is no joke to put out, as we all know.
He's no joke to put out, and I don't know. In this one, I gotta roll with the Carpenter. I'm picking Clay Guida. I think Claudio is the real deal. He's super nice, but I think he's gonna struggle to finish the Carpenter, and I just can see Clay winning rounds two and three and pulling off the upset decision in this one. But we'll see. I mean, if Claudio's able to get through the Carpenter, then I think the only next opponent has to be Jim Miller. I mean, if you get through Clay Guida, you take that next step up to Jim Miller. Let's see if you can truly take out these GOAT UFC gatekeepers, and then from there, it's we'll see what you can do. But I think that if he can start with the Carpenter, then it's a feather in his cap, and then we'll see what happens after that. But I don't know. I got to roll with the Carpenter. I think 2021 was a good year for him. He went 2-1, and I'm anticipating 2022 at 40 years old to be more stocked for the Carpenter. So, any last thoughts on this one? Can't wait.
No, absolute fireworks. And throw in the comments, you guys, you got El Nino or the Carpenter?